Lauren Faust doesn't matter. M.A. Larson doesn't matter. Megan McCarthy doesn't matter. All the creators don't matter when we're analysing My Little Pony. That being said, they all seem nice, I love their work, and I wish them a long and prosperous life. However, Lauren Faust's views on what MLP is, or should be, isn't a concern of mine, and I don't think it should be a concern of yours. Let me justify this heresy. Here is a simple model of how art works. An author has an idea, she encodes this idea into words, images, or whatever form her art takes. The reader then receives the artwork and decodes the artwork back into thoughts. In this model, a good artist is one who most skillfully presents the idea, and a good reader is one who is best able to decode the author's ideas back into thought. When Digibrony talks about authorial intent, he's making reference to this type of model, using the artwork to try and understand the art. But this model has problems. A TV show isn't the work of a single author, but the collaborative work of writers, storyboard artists, animators, actors, who all don't slavishly follow an author's vision, but actively contribute to the final creation. But there's a more fundamental problem. Consider this well-known grey Pegasus. Her wall eyes were not the result of anyone's artistic vision. Her eyes were an animation error. In terms of authorial intent, Derpy contributes nothing to My Little Pony, because she was never intended. However, to the fans, that appearance of Derpy is of great importance. Also, consider the mind of a creator. When they create art, it's not just the conscious parts of the mind that they are using. It's quite possible for an artist to include ideas in the artwork without them being fully aware of it. So even if it is something that the artist included, how do we know that it was something that was intended? Because of these problems when doing criticism, it is often useful to pretend that the artist doesn't exist. Instead, we let the artwork speak for itself. Something interesting happens when we do this. If there isn't one interpretation that is more right than all others, then there can be different interpretations and responses. If one person sees Dragon Quest as an allegory for gender performance, and another sees it as an allegory for race and culture, then that's fine. Both these responses can coexist quite peacefully. There's no contradiction there. Both are a response to what the art presents to that person and that person's emotional state. Also, we can talk about how different cultures and different subcultures respond to My Little Pony. It gives us a conceptual framework to discuss headcanons in. In almost every way, this gives us a richer way to discuss art. This concept is called death of the author, mostly because catchy titles get attention, though John Green calls this books belong to the readers, mostly because talking about author death makes him uncomfortable. Just one closing comment. Some people think the death of the author is an excuse to impose any possible interpretation on a text. However, there's still some readings that are more justifiable than others. For example, reading Heartwarming Eve as supporting ethnic nationalism is just plain wrong.